Hello everybody, my name is Sebelin and welcome back to another part of Daybreak V2. Now, I forgot what part it is again. It's in the morning right now. I'm a bit tired with the sun setting in the game. Okay, so as you can see in my inventory and then in this crafting terminal, I've done quite a number of things. Since the last part, which was part 11 maybe? It's part 12 I think. So, first of all is that you see I've finally cleared out all the water here. Took me forever, I have to say, really. Took me for bloody forever. Today we are going to do a main reactor. Yes, today we're going to do a main reactor. I mean, I want to do the plant solar type. It's cool, but there's an issue with it that I did not foresee. Maybe we can do that first before we head on to the bigger reactor. So first we need a range add-on. So a range add-on that can go all the way to plus 12. Yes, plus 12 range. Because, dude, I don't know, dude. Whose idea was it? Whose idea was it, right? To create a plant sower that only can sow the block above it. I'm like, huh? Dude, okay, I'm not asking for a lot here, but you gave me a 5x5, right? This block 5x5. Pretty good. I went through, yeah, I went through pain crafting these two blocks just to craft this, and they'd be like, oh, sorry, one block is the most we can do. Why? Why is that the case? Can someone ask? Can someone ask the author of this? Okay, maybe not 5x5, but at least 3x3. Like at least 3x3. You know what I mean? Like, why do this? Why? We're gonna try 12. We're gonna try 12 anyway. Okay, so let's test it all right here. Now that's what I'm talking about, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Ah, oh, sorry for that. Okay, so let's set it up right now. Should take 4 seconds of the just in case. I don't know how big actually this is. And let's take buckets. The light not good here. What the hell? Okay, that should fix it. I think somewhat. I've installed light above. That should help with the planting a little bit, hopefully. Okay, so put the seeds here. Not really planting it, huh? Well, this didn't really work out the way I expected it to, but it will do. Has most of the crops planted. I think our farm here is a success. I think Mine Factory is still a superior mod, but it's a good follow up. It's a good follow up. Oh shit, not a clipboard. Okay. Finally, guys. Up to now we have the main event. Oh, this is gonna take quite a long time. This is really it will take the longest amount of time. Oh yeah, before that, I want to show you guys my void miner. Yeah, void ore miner that I set up in the deep dark. Now I set up a different void miner as well. I set up, as you can see here, a void resource miner alongside my void ore miner. And a void ore miner, if you can see here, oh, we got some juicy stuff, guys. Look at this. Pluto tungsten ore. Okay, we don't need uranium, but it's resonant and stone. Saturn magnesium ore, Neptune zinc ore, mana infused, 7 platinum ore, which I have to say is one of the hardest ores to obtain. Got energized netherrack and all kinds of interesting ores here. Erodium crystal, like man, holy shit. We got charge as well, like oh my god, it's interesting. Now these are all chunk, they're all being chunk loaded. Big not this one sadly, but it's still loaded anyway. Look at this. So you got red sand, packed ice, sandstone, packed ice, nice. Not really necessary, but hey. The other one that we could set up is the void. I forgot what it exactly is called. Void botanic or miner, I think. Yeah, botanic miner, and that one requires us to go to the end to at least and defeat the Ender Dragon there. So let's not do that. Ow, that hurt quite a bit. Okay, now we need a reactor casing. This and this. We're gonna build the biggest reactor we can, guys. Biggest one we can. Okay. So this should, in general, be able to output a lot of energy. So if we're talking about being at the edge, right? So right around here. I forgot I don't have my jetpack with me. It's stupid. Okay, there you go. So if we're talking about that range, it's a 9x9. But yeah, it's a 9x9x9. That's the maximum height we can go. That's the maximum reactor we can go. The question is, do we want a bigger reactor? As of now, no, we don't need one. The reactor as of right now, a 9x9x9, is more than big enough. I just compared to this 7x7x7. Time to build this massive reactor. It's not a big jump, I guess. This is a 7x7 to a 9x9x9. I kind of wish to make it bigger, but I would like my reactor to be a square, And if I need any more energy, I think it's actually good to rely on other energy sources. You know what I mean? This is gonna be a massive reactor. Sadly, it's not bigger than the one I built last time. I'm quite sure I built 11 cube reactor. I wonder if reactors needs to be a cube to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, do they really need to be? Oh yeah, you got multiple ways of actually setting up the rods as well. You could do a checkered method, or you could do my method. I think doing checkered method technically will be better for the amount of space you're gonna take up. Your heat will be a lot higher, that's for sure. And I think your resources will get duplicated much faster. But if you want a higher output of energy compared to the space, then you can go for this. You can go for the checkered method. And we're done. With that at least. Okay. Next up, we need some reactor glass. Maybe having the builder's phone will be extremely useful here. It's really not that big, eh? Yeah, the reactor I built last time was definitely bigger than that. Which is disappointing to say the least. Oh my god, I just forgot. To fill up this reactor, right, is quite painful because of the nature of the liquid we're using. So we're using cryotium, gelate cryotium. Now the point about gelate cryotium and what makes it so annoying to actually use is that you need to fill every single block. Yes, you heard me right. Every single block that is in this particular system. So if we factor in, so it takes, since it's now a 7x7, so there's about 343 blocks inside. But there's 9 rods of 7 blocks. So you minus 7 9 times. I'm doing that manually. So there's effectively 280 buckets of gelic cryotium that we need. Yes, 280. 7 times the amount you usually need in a normal reactor. It's crazy, isn't it? I remember doing it in my 11 by 11 cube back in TechKit. Though it took me forever and I had to cheat a little bit to really get it done. Because it requires some resources that was really, really hard to get and sometimes borderline impossible. Here's the thing, right? The server was hosted on a laptop. So yeah, pretty much it wasn't the most stable thing ever. And I'm not blaming that person for anything. Actually, to be honest, for us to actually play TechKit, I think it's already awesome that he allow us to play TechKit to begin with. So I'm not complaining in the least. So since it was hosted off a laptop, it wasn't the most stable thing ever. So the amount of RAM he could put in was low. Now, sure enough, the RAM usage or the RAM recommended for to run TechKit and then to host TechKit wasn't really really high. And he had 16 gigs of RAM, so he was good in that part. But because it was off a laptop, wasn't the most stable thing ever. And sometimes the server would glitch and crash, and sometimes we would fall through the block and die and lose all our items. So in that aspect, my friend will allow us very strictly because he wanted it to obviously be he wanted it to he doesn't want any of us to cheat, and that's fair. That he will allow us to go to creative and take the items we want that we had back then. And he obviously, that was trust system on us, so we don't actually cheat and then take items that we didn't have. But I did that anyway, so I went to spawn in platinum because we needed that, man. Like basically there was no project E, there was no duplicating, and to get said item was basically impossible. Like you need a lot of platinum, and you cannot find it in the goddamn nether. You just couldn't. I sacrificed a lot of things. I sacrificed my pick back then, and like getting XP wasn't particularly very easy in that kit. So I had to make do with what we had. And I lost my pickaxe. I lost my pickaxe, guys. Like, what the hell? I lost everything when I was in the nether because I died there. So my point being is that you see here, they had to be done. I had to cheat it in, man, because if not, it was just basically not possible. And I'm like, the work I have to put in just to actually fill in that big ass reactor was massive. The amount of resources that every time I had to obtain. Now, I didn't cheat in those resources. Those resources that I can obtain, I obtained that. In no way was I cheating those resources in. Never did I do that. If I could obtain them easily, albeit tedious, and I had to obtain a lot of them, I will go and obtain them, like snowballs or netherrack or any ores in the nether. So like if we need more coal, need more iron, need more gold or more diamonds, I will actually go to the nether and find them. Albeit it would take me quite a really lengthy process, I will go and do it. So you can see here, right, just a stack, right? A half a stack. Let's see, well, half a stack. How much you will go for half a stack? Half a stack is just 8 buckets. Okay, so let's do the calculation. So we said 280 buckets earlier today, right? So if we divide by 8 buckets, that's 35, and we need 32. So divide by 32, that's 17 and a half stacks of cryotium dust that I had to get. Legit. And if you did not realize how much all of this like cost, and back then was a lot harder to get as well. And the recipe was slightly different, or at least the how you get it was slightly different. Okay. So as you can see here, right, it's a very, very lengthy process. Okay, so I guess that should wrap it up, guys, because I think we've done. Maybe this okay, this part may be quite shallow, very shallow, matter of fact. So you know what? Let's craft certain things for our as a very final part, as we have that in the background. Let's craft a couple things that we want to have on the moon. So first thing is a sealer. We would definitely want a sealer. Okay, what up? Steel. Oh my god. We need more steel. It's low. Okay, so we just need to create more oxygen sealers as well. Crafting 2 would be nice, I feel. Yeah. We then need bubble distributors as well. On create 2 of this as well. Oh, we ran out of whatever that material was, and that was tin. Let's go get more. You know what? Guys, fuck it. Let's create another stack of bucket. Just to get all this out. Okay, so for I don't know how many I had. Okay, nice. I created 2 bubble distributors. And we need oxygen collectors as well, so we need to get more of that. Okay, so we just need this. Okay, now we have 2 oxygen collectors. What else do we need? What else do we need? Yeah, a refinery would be nice. A refinery. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else that we need? Ah, fuel loader. Okay. Last but not least, an oxygen compressor. I don't have that, right? Yeah, I don't have that. Wait, oh, what's that? Wrong one. Okay, there we go. So we got refinery and fuel loader just in case we need any fuel. Oxygen sealers is obviously to seal the area. Oxygen bubble distributor is just to set up a small area, and then this is collectors, and this is a compressor to fill up my oxygen tanks. And last but not least, okay. So that is the set amount of things that we are going to bring along there. Other things would be oil, I think. Yeah, 1 extra bucket. Nice. Okay, we're gonna bring extra fuel. Okay. So we're gonna bring this. We're gonna bring all of this. So collector, bubble distributor, sealer, compressor, and all this. An energy source. Yes. Okay. So guys, hopefully we'll go to the moon next part. I think it's about time, right? I think it's about time that we actually head there and like go get it. Hit the first part of first goal in this particular mod pack, our first objective, which is the moon. Now sure enough there's actually, a bunch of other stuff, you know what I mean, that we have to do before we can get there. Like all of this. To a certain extent, some of you may call them unnecessary. Like getting the farm, getting the thinkers, getting Project E. I guess in some ways you can say unnecessary. Getting some of these items, in some ways you could say unnecessary. But to me, it's all part of the journey, so we are fully ready there, fully done. You know what I mean? I feel part of the journey in the mod pack, right, is to be able to progress at your own speed and to do what the hell you want. Okay, so that's it for me, guys. That wraps up for this episode. In the next episode, I'm gonna take this. I'm not gonna take that. Next episode, the moon, guys. Next episode, the moon. We're gonna hit the moon. Okay. So, guys, we're almost there. We're almost there, guys. The rocket right behind us. About to hit to the moon, which is not in the sky right now, but we have all things required here. And now, oh, all this spacesuit. Well, we don't need that, but we'll get it in time. Ooh, it's even though I've been to the moon many times before, it's quite a journey. Oh yeah. So one last thing before we move on to the next part. In the next part, which I believe maybe part 12 or part 13, I'm unsure myself. I really lost track of that. We may be adding 2 extra mods. Pam's Harvestcraft and Mistcraft. We're going to add those 2 mods and some other food related mods in, like AppleSkins. Because I really do want a variety of food. And I really do... Oh, we also may add in Spice of Life. Because I really do feel like having... I love farming and I love food. To be able to just... To require a bunch of food. And not just one. To require you, to really force you to really have a farm. To really have you make a bunch of different food would be really nice. And Mistcraft, I feel that the act of teleportation is something that I would really want. Now, whether I use it or not, will be a different thing. And I feel part of like this mod pack is space exploration. It's a space odyssey mod pack. But I feel like for you to be able to jump between dimensions in Mistcraft will be a definite plus. So those 2 mod packs will be added in to the mod list. So your journey will be slightly different from mine with those 2 additions of the mod packs. So I didn't have them at the very beginning of this particular mod pack. And I feel there will be a gigantic S plus to the mod pack. That's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next part. Bye bye. This is a mutiny.